Hello and thank you for coming back to my channel. I know it's been a long time since I've uploaded a video. It's just been a very busy year with so many things going on. So I really am grateful for those who have stuck around. I really appreciate that. So today I'm going to show you all the plants that I have in my home at the moment. And also I was waiting for the plants that I purchased on the Black Friday sale so I can include them in this video. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all the plants in my collection, and I'm going to apologize in advance if I forget some of the names of the plants because it's been so long since I've uploaded a video. So some of the plants I might forget the names of. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you all the plants now. So this is my sitting room. So this is where I have all the plants. And the first one we have in this corner is the Raven CC. And I really love this plant, and it has grown really well. And I just love all the black leaves. So all the new growth comes in green, and then they eventually turn to kind of a black color. And I have it in this Elho white pot. I really like their nursery pots and their decorative pots as well. So this is the CC Raven. And I think if there was a plant that I really want to take with me, or if I had to choose, this would be the first plant I would take because it's just a very stunning plant. So that's the CC Raven, and I've also started putting up some of my Christmas decorations. I haven't put up the tree yet, so hopefully I'll get that done this weekend. So now we're here in this main corner. So this is the main corner of the plants that I have in my home. So it's kind of like the main plant section. And this plant stand is from IKEA, and it's actually for the bathroom, but I just really like the look of it, and and it really fits well in this wall. So I'm going to start off the plants here. So I kind of had to move some of my crystals and some of my things around because I was putting up the decorations, so I didn't know where to put them. So they're just there for now. So the first plant I have is the Hoya Crimson Princess, and this is also another plant I will take with me as well. And it's also the first Hoya that I purchased. And I think that's how I got into Hoyas. It's just I think the variegations just really got me. As you can see, you have the cream in the middle and then the green edge, and then the new leaves kind of come in pinky color. So this plant has been doing really well. And I also have so all the pots that I have here on this plant shelf is also the Elho pots. So this one is more like a different shape compared to the one that I show you. And also they have this new variety now, which is a little bit shiny, so it's very easy to clean. And then moving on, here is my euphorbia lactea white ghost. So this plant has been on my wish list for a long time. Unfortunately, when I purchased this plant, I purchased the mother plant, and the website that I ordered from, they were very kindly to, you know, like I was able to choose the one I wanted, since it's like a very expensive plant. So unfortunately, the plant that they sent me, it was the wrong one. It wasn't the one I picked, so they apologize because they had so many orders to pack that day, and they just kind of like they probably just mistaken the plant. So the mother plant I no longer have. It did got some frost bites because they're based in Germany, so they couldn't provide a heat pack because it's more expensive to provide a heat pack for that long journey. So they did the best that they could. So I kind of just propagated these two branches. So they're rooting in soil, so hopefully that they'll root for me. So there are some like still kind of imperfections, as you can see there, and also here. So yeah, so these pink ones that you see here, they're new growth. that they mentioned. That's why they're pink. And I just really like this kind of like a creamy white variegation. And I'm sad that the I don't have the mother plant. I kind of like cut the 2 branches here, and I was just left with the tall stem, and I kind of just I just cut off all the frostbites that was on it, so that it doesn't damage the whole mother plant. So I actually sold that one on Facebook Market. Someone was very kindly just to take it because they've also wanted like a big euphorbia latte white ghost. So I sold the mother plant, and this is what I have left of it that I took. So maybe in the future I may be able to purchase one. Sometimes with these plants, I don't usually spend very expensive on plants because it would be very upsetting if it just passed away. So for plants that are kind of expensive, if I had the chance to pick one myself, would be great. But unfortunately, these plants are very rare. It's just a chance that you take online to purchase. So unfortunately, they sent me the wrong one. I was a bit very disappointed. But moving on anyway. So this is the lipstick plant. So this variety is kind of like a heart-shaped leaf, and it's very succulent as well. And these are all the new growths coming through. This plant was actually bigger than this. I purchased this in a nursery garden center, and half of the plant wasn't really in good shape. So I just took whatever it was in good shape and just potted up all the healthy vines. And because this plant was actually very, very thirsty as well. So when this plant is very thirsty, you do get the kind of like a wrinkle look to it. So I hope this plant will survive as well. Because I've been wanting this lipstick plant. It's very hard to get this one because the majority of the ones I see is the curly type one, and I don't really want that one, but I really want this one here. And then moving on to this shelf, I'm just gonna go here. So this is the Hoya Crinkle 8. I really like this Hoya. As you can see, this is the new leaf. You can see that it has kind of like abs on the leaves, and it's just really pretty, and you can see there's a few speckles on it as well. So it's really nice Hoya. And then the next one I have here is the Hoya Fisonia, and I just really like the leaves. It's very reptile looking. So I have 2 types of Fisonia in this pot. So I just pot together. So this one here, as you can see, is very more like you can see the veining on the leaves, and the one here beside it is more like a dark green. And so you can see there's like they look a bit different. So I kind of just pot together because there were like small plants and I was just trying to make space. So yeah, so this is the Hoya Fisonia. And then moving on to here, this is the Hoya Germany Paolau. And I really love this plant. As you can see, this plant pushed out during the summer, and it just looks massive. And it has a bit of speckly there as well, and you can just see the veining on the leaves. It looks very reptile looking. I'm really getting into these type of Hoyas now. At the beginning, when I was collecting Hoyas, I was more into the variegations, but now I'm really into these kind of like reptile, dinosaur type of Hoya now. And I actually propagated this plant because it was just growing very tall, and I was just getting these like very empty spaces branching, and I just wanted like to be compact, so I kind of propagated it, and so that it'd be just more compact, you know what I mean? But I'm glad that it rooted for me very well. I actually purchased pond because I usually propagate in water and I haven't really great success. But with pond, I find it to be a very great substrate to, you know, to root your Hoyas. So this is, yeah, I really love this plant. And then this one here I purchased over the summertime. This is the Hoya Meredith. And I really love this. Actually, when I purchased this, it was really sun stress. So this plant does sun stress, kind of like a purple color. If you put it like into grow lights or direct sun. So hopefully in the summertime I'll get that sun stress look, because when it's sun stress, it's very beautiful. You kind of still see it a tiny bit, but it does fade. So, but the green look is also pretty. So then moving on to here, my second shelf, I really love this one. This one is the Hoya Stardust, and it's the only Hoya that I have that is like very splashy, and you can see how splashy this one is. It's like green, and then you can see like white. It looks like someone just like splashed paint onto it, and it's just very beautiful. This one looks like it's like half, like you can see the dark green here and a lighter green here. So this one is really pretty. I'm just so happy that this one is like a very nice, it has good genes. And also this plant kind of reminds me of one of the Hoyas that I want as well. It's the Hoya Wilbur Grays. I see other people have that plant. It's also very pretty as well. And I also hear that that plant can revert as well. But I'm really happy I have this one, Hoya Stardust. And then moving on to this one here is the Hoya Crassipala. Like I mentioned, I can't pronounce some of the Hoya names. So this is a Crassipala, I think is something like that. So this is the regular type, the green one. And I just love this one as well. You can see all the veining on the leaves of this one. It's so pretty. Has grown really big as well. And then moving on to this one is my Hoya, the Maui Lau, I think it's called. So this one is the green variegation with the cream and the pink going through it. And this one is also one of my wishlist plants as well. I've been waiting for able to get this one on. And this one kind of reminds me like the Hoya Crimson Princess, like a kind of like a curly version, you know, the variegations to it. And unfortunately, the one that I had before was the Hoya compacta, you know, just the green one. I had like a really long trailing green one, and unfortunately no longer have that because it got attacked by mealybugs last winter, which I was very upset because I was trying to do all the things I could to save it and I couldn't. So but I'm really glad I have this one in my collection now, which I wanted more. And also the there's the the other one where it's just like pink and cream, the one that looks like the Hoya Crimson Queen one. That one's also pretty as well, but people mention that it's a very slow grower. So I don't know, hopefully I might get that as well in the future. I think I did have one before, like a small one, like about this length. And unfortunately, I think I overwater it and all the leaves kind of like dropped off. So I did have like that variety. So hopefully maybe later on I'll get another one if it's just, I like to get a nice decent size, you know what I mean? Like one that is kind of trailing, because they are very slow growers. So I'm gonna be very careful with this plant. And then this one also purchased over in the summer. This is the Hoya publicyx black margin. So this is the one where it has the black margin in the edges. I don't think you can really see here, but I just love the veining of the leaves. It looks like arms, like they have like spade shaped leaves. And the veining is also very pretty, and also there are a few splashes on it. And I actually had this plant 2 years ago, and I'm kind of disappointed that I sold it. So I just wanted to get another one to replace it. But this one has more of the veining, the shape and the leaves. I hear the new growth, you can lose this veining. I don't know why. I don't know if it's got to do with the lighting, that the new leaves, you don't see the you don't see the details on the leaf as much. So we'll see with this one. yeah, so I had to get another one to replace it because I missed it, the one that I had. And then moving on to here, so this is the Hoya Glosba. I apologize, I'm not pronouncing it correctly. So this plant was given to a friend, and it originally had like just 2 leaves, and it wasn't doing well for her because she kind of like neglected a bit. She wasn't really taking care of it. But this summer it's just kind of like burst with like all these new growth. You can see the length of the leaf of this one is just so beautiful. Like it's just like really gave me loads of leaves this summer, and I just pot it into this pot now. So it's just so beautiful. This leaf is just amazing, and also has this kind of like a fuzzy texture to it. I don't know if you can see it. The back of the leaves are like more fuzzy. You can see, you're probably able to see a tiny bit, but I don't want to damage the leaves. So yeah, so this plant has a bit of fuzz to it, and it's really, really pretty. And then the one I have beside it is the Hoya Fisonia, and a lot of people mentioned that they kind of look alike, that they get mixed up. But as you can see side by side, the Glosba has like a longer leaf growth, while the Fisonia has more like a round growth. And you can see, I can see how people can mistake this plant, but you can see beside each other they're totally different plant shaped leaves. This one has more kind of like a really shiny texture to it, and also has a bit of a fuzz as well underneath the leaves. So they are a little bit similar, but you can see the leaves are totally different, the growth. So it's also another pretty Hoya. And then moving on to here, so I've been looking for this plant for a long time, like a nice big one. I did have one before. So this is the Hoya callus, oh god, callus, I'm not going to pronounce it again, but you know the plant, you know the name of this plant because it's very common. And you can see the leaves on this one as well. It looks like very reptile looking as well, and you can see the veining is just very, very pretty. So I'm glad I have this plant as well. So each leaf is kind of different. Sometimes they can look very like a lime green, and then sometimes the leaves can come in like a dark green. So each leaf is different, and it's also very sharp as well. This leaf, the leaves on this Hoya. So yeah, and then the next one here is the Hoya, my other Hoya crespitala. So this is the splash version, which I've been wanting for a long time, the splash variety. So you can see how pretty this one is. So the only difference is that it has more like a splashy one compared to the regular one. And I purchased this one in the summertime. So you can see the one that I showed you previously. This is the regular one, and then this is the splashy one. And I find the leaves on this one are much smaller as well, the growth. It doesn't really give like that big long leaves like the regular one. So this is kind of the only leaf that has kind of big at the back. But it's such a pretty plant. And for some reason, I don't know why, in the winter time I get like more fungus gnats than in the summer, but they're just very annoying. So I just have all these sticky tapes beside it. It doesn't look very pleasing, but I'm thinking getting one of those machine where it sucks the fungus gnats. So I might get one of those next summer, so I don't see these sticky trap tapes. And also I think it's such a waste getting these sticky traps as well with the machine. It has that kind of a sticky thing inside the machine, and it just sucks all in, and you don't see it. And also you don't need to change it like maybe once a month. So now we're on to the last shelf here. So this is the Ficus Moonshine, which everyone has in their collection. So it's kind of like a new Ficus variety now this year. And I just love how each leaf is different. As you can see, this kind of like more of a limey green, and then it's like dark green in the middle, and then this new leaf that gave me, it looks more like a darker leaf. As you can see here in the middle, it's like dark, and then it's kind of like lighter green. This one actually feels kind of soft, so it hasn't hardened yet. And actually with this Ficus Moonshine, I've been on the hunt just to get like a nice medium size plant or a tree type one. So majority of the time that they show you what's on the website, you think that's the plant you get, which is very sad, because sometimes the plants that you see on the website that you purchase, you're not guaranteed to get that plant. It could be smaller than it actually is. So this plant was actually shown on the website like it was like a tall plant, but then when I purchased it, it was just kind of like just a small medium-sized plant. But the variegations is really nice. So hopefully in the future I will have like a type of tree type ficus. So I've been in the hunt looking for like tree types, ficus trees, just to, it really makes a statement in your home. But I'm happy with this one anyway. And then the one I have beside it is the Peru. And I really like this plant as well. You can see the size of the leaves are huge, and the texture of it. I actually got rid of my Alocasia dragon scale. I just no longer collect Alocasia. They're just so finicky, and they're soil moist. So I actually gave away my the dragon scale. I actually got a very good price for it, so I no longer have that, but this one just kind of reminds me a bit of it because of the texture, and then the leaf, these little bumps, they do remind me a little of the Alocasia dragon scale. So I'm happy with this one. As you can see, it's like pushing up all these new growth. The original leaves are bigger than the new growth, so I'm not sure, decided if I want to keep these two plants here because they look very compact here, so I just put it here at the moment. But this one here, I haven't decided if I want to like have a trail all the way up here. I haven't decided yet, but I'm just gonna let it grow anyway and see how it will do. And I also don't collect Scindapsus. I find those to be very leggy plants, so I don't have those plants. I did have one before, the satin pothos one, and that one I also sold. I'm happy with this one. With the Peru, I think it just grows more compact, and while the Scindapsus, they can be very you know, just very leggy, and then you just like have loads of space, you know, between the leaves. So I'm really happy with this one. So I no longer collect Scindapsus also. And then here I have my two Sansevierias. So this one I've been looking for a long time. So I think this is the Sansevieria. I think it's like a bird nest, but like a variegated one. And it's so pretty. You can see each leaf is just like really different. You have some kind of like creamy color, and then you have some yellow, and then you have some green, and it's just like a really nice one, and it's nice and compact as well. And then this one here is just the I think it's called the Sansevieria Haney, I don't know. But I also like this one where it's like the green, and then you have the yellow at the edges. As you can see here, it's like pushing like a lot of new growth for me as well, which is amazing. So I have these two varieties of Sansevierias, and I'm not really into the you know, the ones that people collect, like the tall skinny ones where they're just like green, or the what's the other one, like kind of like a minty color. I'm more into these kind of Sansevierias. I know people have changed the name to Dracaenas, but I just find with these type of varieties, they look more like a Sansevieria than the Dracaena. When I think about the Dracaena, I see them as the tree type of form, you know, the ones where they have like the long leaves, and they can get very straggly as well. So I find them ones to look more like a Dracaena than these ones. These ones will always just be Sansevieria to me, you know. So yeah, so this is all the plants I have on this shelf. You might notice that I have these kind of like type of these are called like coca core. So you actually get like a long tube, and then you just cut the amount that you need. And I find that and I also have like kind of lacquer balls on top of my soil, and I also have this coca core on top. I find it it's very great to, you know, avoid fungus gnats, especially after watering. I do get fungus gnats, so I find with the lacquer balls on top, the water kind of drains very slowly. And then I have this coca core on top as well, just like it's just very nice decorative as well on my pot. And also you know, keeps away fungus gnats as well, get into the soil. And also have these kind of clear plastic pots inside here. As you can see, this one is kind of like a different variety as well. So I'll show you those pots later on. So yeah, so these are the so you can notice that these elho pots, so this one's more like a matte finish, and then the new version has kind of like a shiny texture to it, which I really like. And I just like to keep all my plants to be the same, you know, just nice clean look. You know, I don't like the messy look, like where you just have like different type of pots and where they're all like kind of compact together on the shelf. I just kind of like the way I have them, you know, just like the white, and I have like 2 plants on each shelf, and it's just really nice. You know, it's like a real nice clean look. I just can't stand the messy, you know, look. And then I have this stand here, is also from IKEA, which I have in this corner, which I'm trying to hide the, you know, the TV course here, which you can still kind of see, but we can ignore that. So here I have this the money tree. The new leaves actually come out really big, and I just love this plant. It's grown a lot for me as well. Yeah, so this is the money tree, and I kind of picked this variety because it has the kind of like a thick trunk. Majority of the ones that I see has kind of like a twisted branching one, and I'm not really fond of that one. I just really like this the thick, you know, branch of this one. It's just really nice. Hopefully that in the future this will grow like really tall for me, like a tree. It will be like a real nice staple in my home. And then here I have another Sansevieria plant. This one has more kind of the yellow on the edges, and then has the green in the middle. So each leaf, you can see it just looks different, you know. And I kind of like that. It's just like each leaf has like different variegations to it. As you might notice that I don't have my Hoya Crimson Queen. I only have the Princess left now, and that actually got attacked by mealybugs 3 times, and I just kind of gave up that plant. And I actually like this, the Princess one, more than the Queen, so I no longer have that in my collection, if you're wondering. So all the plants that you notice from my old videos, like a lot has changed. This is actually my 3rd winter in this new home. So each winter I have like you know, like some plants just kind of just doesn't do well. They get attacked by mealybugs, or they get attacked by spider mites, especially with dracaenas. I find those they get attacked by spider mites for some reason. So this is all I have at the moment. So each year it's just like a trial and error, what plants do well over the winter time and what doesn't. And what I have been doing each month is just using a preventative, you know, like you know, just clean my leaves, you know, regularly. Each watering that I do, like I clean the leaves, and also use a preventative pesticide every month, just to you know, just to, you know, so I won't get any pests. So I've been trying to do that, and so far been doing really well. Touch wood, it will stay like that. So this is my plant corner. So this is the main plant I have, and I also have these kind of baskets in the middle where I have like some plant supplies, which I might get another 2 to put on the other side as well. Yep. So I just moved these plants over here so I can talk through them. So I have these like in my kitchen window. So usually when it's a nice day, I put the plants over here just to give them sun, because I do get more sun here with these big windows. So that's one of the reasons why I liked this home, because of the big windows. The sun comes here in the early mornings until the afternoon, and then in the evening the sun kind of moves towards the kitchen. So these are like Schefflera plants, and they don't really need that much light. They're okay with low light. And so this is just the green, the variety. So this one's just a green leaf. I actually saw this Schefflera in one of the channel that I follow on Plant Parenthood. She got this Schefflera, and I'm just started to get into it, and it's actually very easy care. And so when I saw her plant, I just kind of started collecting them. They're really easy care. I can see all these are like all the new growth, all the new leaves, so they kind of shoot like upwards. But then I eventually do like kind of groom it back, so just to like have it more compact, like just to, you know, you can cut to the shape that you want it. So so this is the green variety. So this is the first one I bought, and then the one next to it has more like a variegation. You can see this one has kind of like a really like a yellowy variegation, and then you have some kind of like these green leaves as well, and some green, and then some yellow. So each leaf is actually very different. You can see the bottom here has a bit of a more green on this leaf. And this one I would not put like direct sun because of the variegation. It can easily get burnt. So these plants that I have on my kitchen windowsill does really well. And you can see all this new growth as well. So they're kind of really soft, and then eventually they harden off. And then when they're like really tiny, it's so cute when they first come out. It's such a really pretty leaf, and then they kind of shoot their strand. So hopefully in the future these plants will like turn into like a tall tree-like plant. So I have these two here that I just brought over just to show you. And then this side is kind of it's not very it's a little bit messy, this side, because this side is more mainly my baby plants that I actually put more direct, I guess more direct sun here. So these are just all like the bonsais here at the top. And actually I bought this bonsai for my husband for an occasion. I can't remember, it was a birthday or something, and he just got really into the bonsais. So you can see now that he has like so many varieties now. And the thing with bonsai is like they like their soil constantly moist. So I do get like lots of fungus gnats, but that's just their nature, you know what I mean? So I have these sticky tapes here as well. And then here I have another Schefflera, so I just kind of put it there for you guys to see. So this is another type as well. So this one is like the green one, but this one has more like of the yellow variegation, and I actually like this one more than the green. But I'm just kind of collecting them all, you know, but they're just such an easy care. All these new leaves, and actually found these kind of like a plant stake in a nursery, and they're just so cute, you know, with the leaf. I think they're for orchids, but I actually saw these, so I have that supported inside the plant, comparing to using like a, you know, a bamboo stick. It just looks more prettier, you know, having this type of decorative piece. So this is just another type of variety. I don't know all the names of it, but I really like this one as well. And then moving on to here, so this plant is also from IKEA, so it's like the one I have in the corner, so it's kind of the same. It's just a different type one. So here I kind of like baby all the you know, smaller plants here, and then eventually, like when they grow out of their small pot, they go over here. So all this, like this plant, this one here, This one here and here, like they're all like they started off like a small pot over there, and then I've moved it to like the next size up, so that I have them here. So eventually those plants will be moved here in the future. So these plants later on will be like the next, you know, the next nursery size. So eventually those baby plants will be moved here. So I kind of want to have like all my Hoyas and treading plants at this side of the wall. So these are all the smaller plants, but they eventually grow and they'll be moved over here. So I'm going to start off here. I don't know, hopefully I can film this really well without pulling the stand out. So this is the Hoya Stardust. Again, I just can't pronounce this variety. It's just so pretty. Also, this one also reminds me of the Hoya Crimson Princess as well. You know, the cream and then the green, and then the new leaves actually come pink as well. But this one has been very a slow grower, you know what I mean? It's just hasn't really grown that much. And I actually saw this plant on Wild Fern's channel, and it kind of inspired me to get one because her one is just actually really lush and really big that she has it in her cabinet. So I have a feeling this plant might need like more like of humidity, direct light to grow really bushy, but was happy here anyway. And then here I have, which I've been wanting for a long time. So this is the Hoya Clemsonsorium. Sorry I'm pronouncing it correctly. So I don't know what variety this one is, but I saw this like on Planned Parenthood channel, this Hoya Clemsonsorium. It has like different type. I'm really happy with this one. You can see this leaf here is like really like a giant size, and you can see the veining on the leaves. And then that one here is just a smaller one. So hopefully in the summertime I'll get more leaves on this plant, and it's actually feels very like sharp, you know what I mean? It's like a very sharp Hoya, so texture as well. So yeah, so I really like this plant. And then moving here, so this is like a Hoya Crimson. It's like the queen. As you can see, the queen has the green and then the yellow edging. And then this one I think is a new type of Hoya. It's called the pink flamingo. So I didn't even know that has this variety. And as you can see, the leaves is pink as well. So it has this kind of like a dark pink to it, and it's so pretty. You can see this new leaf is like a really dark burgundy color, and then this one is like a really pink, and then there's a bit green in the middle, and then this one's kind of like a half moon. So each leaf is different. I don't know if the pink will die back or not, because as you can see, the other three leaves, there's not much pink into it. Unfortunately, hopefully that the pink will stay, because it's such a really pretty plant, and I really like this one more than the Hoya, the Crimson Queen. So I'm glad I have this variety, you know what I mean? The one that I no longer have. And this one is the Hoya Oavata. I've always been wanting an Oavata. They're very actually hard to get, and I did get a two-leaf cutting before, the variegated one, where the center is like a creamy color yellow variegation, and then the rest of the leaf is green. So that one actually died. I think sometime when I get cuttings of people, it depends. Usually like they grow well or they don't, you know, it depends. So unfortunately I don't have that Oavata variegata one, but I really like the splash version more, and it's just so pretty. The splash, you can see it's just so pretty. And I noticed the edges here, it looks a bit, I don't know, like dried up, and it had a bit of a yellowing color. So I'm just hoping that it's not like got to do with overwatering or got to do with the cold, because it would be so sad to lose this leaf, because this one has more of the splashy. So hopefully in the summertime it give me more leaves, because it'd be interesting to see what the new leaves look like, if they'd be also very splashy, because this one did advertise like a super splash one. So it's supposed to be like more splashy than the regular one. And then here I have the Hoya, oh gosh, oh, Sunrise, yeah. So I actually got this as a 4-leaf cutting, and when I got this leaf it was sun-stressed, like it had this kind of like all the leaves were purple, but now like it has died because we're in the winter season now. So if you do want your Hoyas to stay sun-stressed, I recommend like grow lights, and to grow them in the cabinet. But if they're just like grown in their, you know, just your home conditions, like you won't get the stress as much. But in the summertime, I do get a lot of sun from this window, so those variegations will come back. So this one I find it to be like a very fast grower, and this leaf here is just enormous, you know, and it's actually a very fast grower as well. And then here I have the Hoya Dineki, and I actually love this plant. So this new leaf is just has loads of splashes to it, and I actually lost 2 leaves on this plant. So I did originally have it on my main plant, what plant stand over there was like a more of a big plant. I actually lost 3 leaves on this, and I was really sad. So there were the older leaves. So the older leaves, you can see it feels more like thicker, and looks more like a heart shape. And then the new leaves comes out like this, so it looks totally different, the new leaves. But the leaves that I lost were the older ones that look like that, so I lost 3 of those. I was really sad, because this plant is I hear it can be very finicky, this one, compared to the other type. I can't remember the other type, which people mention is more easy care than this one, but I just love this one more because of the you know, the leaf shape. And hopefully I won't lose any more leaves. I don't know why, it just kind of, sometimes I just notice Hoyas, they just kind of turn yellow and then they just, you know, fall off. I don't know why that happens, you know. And then back here, I don't know what way I'm gonna film this. So we move here. So this is the Hoya singulatus, AH something is called. So this variety is actually has more of like a bigger, thicker leaves, and compared to the other singulatus, which the leaves are more thinner, which I'm not really fond of that variety. But I really like this one because the leaves are just more bigger and thicker, and you can see all the splashes as well. So I find this variety to be very beautiful. And also this plant, when I got it, it was it can be sun stressed as well. The leaves are purple when it's sun stressed, it's even more prettier. But I just like so I really like this one. And also there's actually another variety, I think it's the silver version, so it's more like a silvery splashes and leaves. So hopefully I will be able to get that one. But I'm really happy with this one. So it's a really pretty one. And then moving here, so this is the Hoya Matild. If you notice my older videos, I did have the regular Matild. It's like a really lush big plant, but that one is just, I don't know, for some reason it was I kept getting fungus gnats on that plant, and it was just kind of growing all over the place. So I actually sold that one, but I really want the splash variety more than the regular one. But the regular one is still like pretty, it's more dark green, and you do have some of the splashes. But this one is the Matild splashy version, so you do get more of the splash, as you can see with this leaf here. And this looks a bit like a half moon, and you can see all the splashes here as well. It's really pretty. And it's also it's a good grower. I mean, I have all these new leaves at the beginning. Like I said, we're into winter now, so the growth on my plants are much slower. So hopefully this in the future will be a nice lush plant. And then moving here is the Hoya, oh, what's the name of this one? Oh gosh, I can't think of the name of this one, and but this one actually very hard to get, because I do want like a bigger plant. It's actually a very slow grower. So I just take it out here. So you can see the new growth here. So they start off like a really tiny plant, tiny growth, and then eventually they'll just get really juicier and more thick. You can actually see a little bit of fuzz to it as well. So it's such a really pretty, and I don't know, these leaves just kind of reminds me of like the Shrek ears type, but like the baby leaves, they come out so tiny. And I noticed the new growth, they're more shiny and more healthy compared to the old growth. You know, they're not doing much. It's not really yeah, so the growth pattern is kind of, you know, just kind of like one size. So hopefully like it will grow more. So I do hopefully in the future I will have like a more bigger pot of this plant, because it's actually very hard to get, and I apologize that I forgot the name of it. And the one I have here beside it is a succulent plant. So this is called Sansevieria succulent. So you can see, so the leaves, they actually feel very tough. People mention it feels like an ox's tail, not ox's tail, I'm saying ox's tongue. So that's also another name of this succulent. Yeah, so yeah, so there's not much to say about this plant, and I'm actually kind of falling out of love of this succulent, so I might sell this in the future. And then the one here beside it is called a cynical plant, and as you can see, it looks like asparagus, you know, vegetable. It just actually makes me want to eat it, but I don't, but I wouldn't. So this one I also kind of falling out of love of this plant, so I might also sell that plant too. And then here, the last plant. So this is the plant that I got in the Black Friday sale. So it's the Thai constellation. So this is actually only a baby size leaf, and actually I actually had more like smaller leaves at the bottom. Unfortunately, they were melted away, even though like they are provided with heat packs. But when I received the plants, I mean, the heat pack was cold and the plant was cold, so I actually lost some of the bottom leaves, but I still have like the, you know, the bigger leaves here, this one here, and then the other one here. So I've been thinking of like I've been thinking if I wanted to get this plant or not, you know, the Thai constellation or the elbow. But I hear that with the Thai is kind of like the variegation stays because it's like created in the lab or something like that. And so each leaf that you get is actually different. And with the elbow, you get more white leaves and the variegation isn't as stable. So the growth is also different. And I actually prefer the leaves like this, you know, the heart-shaped leaf. I'm not crazy about the fenestrations when they mature. So this plant was originally, I think it was 38 euros. And then it went down to 24 euros, which is actually very good discount. And also was like, this is a baby plant, but what they showed on the website, it looks actually a bit bigger. So hopefully in the future I'll be able to get a medium-sized one. And the large one, I think they were selling, the large one was, I think it was like 80 euros for the large one. And it went down to like 60 euros. But I just went with the baby plant because I never had this type of species, and I don't know if I wanted to, you know, have like a big one in my collection. But we'll see, because with the mother plant is like, it's more mature and you get more fenestrations, and with the baby younger plant you do get more of the leaf, which is more of the heart shape, which I do prefer. So we'll see how this will do over in the summer, if it will give me more bigger leaves, and we can see what each leaf will look like. So yeah, so this is all the plant I have on this stand, which is just gets like more direct sun in the summertime, and this is where I keep all my baby when they're like baby size, or if I'm getting new cuttings or things like that. I just put them here, and then eventually I moved them to my plant stand. And then here I actually got this kind of a plant trolley here in IKEA, because I see some people are using these now, and I thought I will get one. But so I have it here at the moment, so it looks a bit messy. But here and you can actually have this kind of this comes separately, so it's kind of like a wooden top, so that you can actually put on top, and you can actually put something inside, and you can also display plants on this, or you can do like a little you know, potting or whatever. But yep, and I just show you what I have. So I only have these plants here. Actually, it's actually very good to have plants as well on the you can actually put plants on the top and also in the middle, you know, just to have more plant space. So here I have a succulent plant. So this is the Oavata Crosula J type of plant, and this one's actually very rare to get. So this type has more like a flower rosette type of leaves, compared to the standard one, where it just kind of grow like this type of leaf, like it's a different type of growth. So this one is more like a rosette, and you can see some of the leaves are like sun stress, which I like as well. The more sun they get, the more they do get sun stress at the tips of the leaves. And yeah, so I really do like succulents plants, but they're just very hard to take care of because I tend to overwater it. If you saw my first video, like I had a lot of succulents back then, and I'm so sad some of them are like passed away because of overwatering. But with the succulents plants, I actually pot them in terracotta pots, and I actually like this kind of like a gray white color. I'm not into the orange terracotta pots, so that's one of the reasons where I never really got into terracottas, because of the orange. And I also just started to use them for succulents, and I also use it for outdoor plants. So yeah, so I just wanted to see, because with the terracotta, you know, the water can, you know, it can wicker away quicker than actually in a plastic nursery. And then here I have kind of like a sad Hoya here, which I just have it here. So this is Hoya, I think it's called the Ficus. So so this one actually came very battered. I mean, I had like, so all the top growth just kind of melted away, and this is all that I have left. And we'll see how she'll do anyway. And this plant actually looks very beautiful on the website when it's sun stressed as well. And also there's actually a website where I actually found this year, where they like do lots of Hoyas, and that's one of the reasons why I got some of the rare Hoyas in my collection. But the first two purchases from them went really well, and then after a while their services kind of declined. You know, their plants wasn't coming as good as they should be. You know, they were coming unhealthy. And also what they were displaying on the website is not what you get, because the first two purchases I got, I mean, the plants look like what I got, you know, what they were advertising on the website. But I don't know, just the plants just kind of start declining, you know. So I kind of stopped. I think I'll stop ordering from them anymore, which is sad, because you know, like sometimes when you come across a website, you get lovely plants, and then after a while it just kind of, I don't know, just kind of the quality just kind of start not as good. But anyway, so this last plant here is I think it's kind of like the monkey tail, rat's tail type of cactus. I'm not quite sure what it is. I actually purchased this in IKEA, and the first two I had, they kind of passed away from overwatering, as I mentioned with succulents and cacti. So I have also in this terracotta pot, and then I just have these kind of decorative stones in here just to cover the soil. And these two smaller ones, which I got 4 months ago, has really grown really well. So they start off kind of small, and then the older ones here, you can see they're more like longer and more thinner, and you can see they are kind of a little bit fuzzy. So I really like this plant, and I'm just hoping these eventually will trail down. But I noticed like the bottom grow are more thicker, and then the longer they get, it looks a bit thin. So I don't know if they will drop down like trailing, but I'm happy the way it is. So I'm actually so I really like the monkey tail cactus and the rat's tail cactus, which I saw on Wildfern's channel. I mean, her cactus collection is just amazing, especially her monkey tail and the rat's tail. So the rat's tail one has more like these kind of like a thinner, thinner size as like the top growth of this, and then the monkey tail is actually more thicker and more furrier. So I don't know what kind of variety. So I think it's kind of like between. So I'm really happy I have one. So that I found it in IKEA as well. So yeah, so this is the trolley, and actually just kept some soil here, and actually came across the soil ninja, which I see people use in the UK, and I'm glad that they eventually have them in Ireland now, in one of the nursery that I came across. So they have like different type of ones. So I have so the one I have pond. It's my first time actually use pond, and I find it to be very great substrate to root your Hoyas, and also it's good for like plants that are more thirstier. So I usually use pond for that. And then I have like I think this is the philodendron monstera one. I'm not going to start pulling them out. And also they have the cacti and succulent as well, but the cacti and succulent one is actually a smaller bag. I don't know why they don't do like a larger bag like this one's, because the cacti and succulent I tend to use that like for all my plants. And so the philodendron and the monstera, they're more like a chunkier mix because the roots are more chunkier. But I usually like add more like a more soil to it, so it makes it less chunkier. And then so I'm glad I came across these soil ninjas, because mixing your own substrate can be very expensive. So this one I have like there's another brand called side-by soil or something. So they have like all different varieties substrate for like Hoyas, cacti, succulent, and philodendrons. You can actually purchase each plant, each soil type that you have in your collection, but they can be expensive. But making your own mix is good as well. I mean, this one I have like my okra bark here as well, and so I usually buy the cacti succulent soil mix, and then I'll put some active charcoal and also some bark. I was able to purchase the thicker bark, and also the mentioned the Sayaboil. They do like the charcoal and the bark, but they can't be expensive. But you can just like use a small amount, mix in your own type. And also I put perlite, but the perlite that we have here is like really small perlite, like very chalky. So I just hopefully that they'll have the chunky perlite that people are able to get in Canada, that they'll have the chunkier perlite here in the future, because it's just the smaller perlite. It's just very powdery. It's not really great, you know what I mean, compared to the chunky. So I just have some soil here, and then also have some of my incense here. So so this is the citronia. So I hear that lighting these, it can prevent fungus gnats, because they hate the smell of this. So I've been trying to do that to see if it works, but it seems to be okay. And then I have like this leca. This is the big pack of leca balls that I have, which I actually use as a decorative on top of my soil, or if I want to use it for like a non-drainage pot. And then I just wanted to show you some of the pots that I just took out. So these are the L-hole pots that they recently came this year, because the ones I had before was just a brown one, and the black one, you know, it's not see-through. So I saw these ones this year where it's clear, so I can actually see if my plants needs water, or see how the you know, the roots are doing. And I find it to be really great because I don't over water my plants as I used to, because usually when they're not see-through, I just feel, you know, how heavy or light the pot is, and that's when I usually you know, water. With these Elho clear pots, they've just been a lifesaver, and they just come in different type of size, and then you just buy the you know, the outer decorative white pots. So I have these ones inside, and I just take these out, I just water them in my sink, and then when it's drained I can just pull it back into the decorative pot, which is just I like it doing that way. And then this one I came across on a website. So this one is a kind of a different type, and I noticed like when you have it down, it's not like really touching the pot. So I think this one would be great, you know, for like a big plant. And you can see it has like a lot of holes, and then it's kind of like on a stand, so it's not like touching the base of the pot, you know, like the water is not going to sit. So it's actually very good for that. So I thought I might try these pots out to see how they do. So this came in a pack of 5 for 12 euros, which is very good deal. I think for each, if you wanted to get it singly, I think it was like 3 or 4 euros, but they come in like different sizes. And I wanted the 19 centimeters one, because it's very hard to get like the bigger clear pots, which I have in my Raven CZ. So hopefully in the future that I'd be able to get like 24 centimeters, 28. I'd be able to see the roots, but this one I just saw like a 19 centimeters one, which is the biggest one that I came across. And also, let me see, and the pots that I use here, this is a different type of one. So so I'm gonna just take it out and show you if I can take it out. Yeah, so this is the one that I buy on Amazon. I actually just watered these there a couple of days ago, so you can see the soil is still a bit wet. So these are the ones I purchased in Amazon. You can see the lid here is kind of like has this thick lid, and then this one I like because you can see they have the slits here at the side, so it gives it more airy. And then you have the drainage here in the bottom. So this one is actually good as well. It has the more of an airy, you know, the slits at the side, so you can more, you know, just more is more airy for the pot. And I like the way these ones, they sit like really well in these decorative pots I actually purchased in B&Q. So it sits really well compared to the regular ones, to the regular pot. It doesn't really go in. So you can see this is the other size. The ring kind of like, you can see the edge, you know, on this one. So it doesn't really sit well in the Elho pots compared to the ones I show you over there. Really, the way it kind of sits more. So this, I don't really mind, you know what I mean? So with these ones, you can, I'll just lift it up and show you. So you can see it has like more slits here, so it's like more of a more airy. So when the soil is dry, it looks like this. With Sansevierias, you don't really need to, they don't need to be watered regularly, and also we're in the winter season as well, so we don't need to water as much. And I find with, you know, they're good for these plants also as well. And also I was thinking might be using these to be, they would be good to use for pond as well, because you have the slits, you know, at the side, and then you can just leave a bit of water. Yeah, so yeah, so I think that's all the plant. So so this is usually like the main, my main plant, which looks more, you know, clean and fresh, more antiseptic, you know, like looks to it. And usually like I just have a habit, if a leaf doesn't look well or looks kind of like cosmetic damage, I usually cut them off, because I just, you know, like the way the clean look, you know, because it's what people see when they come in, you know. And this ledge here is, I usually sit here in the morning with a cup of tea and just to, you know, enjoy my plants, you know what I mean. I know a lot of people use like the greenhouses and the cabinets, but I'm just not into that because I want to enjoy my plants, you know, with me, you know, sitting here and enjoying the plants instead of like hiding them in a greenhouse or a cabinet where I can't like see the plants more, you know what I mean. And also you notice that I don't do the moss pole effect. I just find them to be, I don't know, just not very pleasing to the eyes, you know, the moss pole as well. And I also like the clean look, as you can see. And you notice that my majority of my collection now is like Hoyas, you know, like I love Hoyas now. I love the Sansevierias. I just like plants that are more easy to take care of now. I'm not really into tropical plants or aroid plants, which everyone has in their collection. So I feel my plants collection is just totally different, you know what I mean? I suppose everyone has their own opinions and you know, like, you know, what they love to collect. You know, for me, I like collecting Hoyas and Sansevierias and, you know, plants like that, you know what I mean? So I'm usually more into collecting these plants and also plants that do well in my home and conditions as well, where they can thrive outside than being locked away inside, which I noticed a lot of people, like, they started off in the cabinets and then they bring them out in their home conditions. I just find it to be very stressful for plants in my own opinion. So I just like to see what plants do well in my home conditions and then what doesn't, you know what I mean? I mean, like, it's trial and error, you know, when you start off collecting plants, you kind of, you know, get the idea what does well for you and what doesn't. I mean, each people's home is different, you know what I mean? And also depending on the country that you live in. So later on, I've been thinking I might transfer this setup. I was thinking getting more of like a bigger, you know, like a plant stand, you know, just to fit on this window, because like my husband has been, you know, taking a lot of space for his bonsais, and also he might get more again. So we'll have to try to find a setup for his plants and also my plants. But majority of these plants I have at the bottom are like baby plants which I'm growing, you know what I mean? But I wish like this ledge here was a little bit lower so I can like fit more of the taller plants. But unfortunately, this is the only size that I can put in here. And yeah, so hopefully later on this side of the window would look more like pleasing to the eye, you know, like my main plant wall. And then here I don't really have much. So I have this plant here. So this is like the CZ Sensi. So this is the compact version. And I really like this one. You can see the branches are more thicker and then the leaves are more like compact compared to the regular CZ plant. I did have that one before and I just didn't really like the look of that one. So I also sold that one, and I have this the Sensi one, which I like more. You can see the leaves are just amazing. You know, I find with leaves, like with the big foliage leaves, they do need more cleaning, and the raving as well, because that one like is kind of a black plant, so you can actually see the dust on that one. So with these plants like that, I would recommend to, you know, clean them more. Yeah, so I only have this plant here, and I also want to show you these handmade pots which I got. These are actually from on Instagram. Her name is called Hani, Hani. I think that's how you pronounce it. And her channel is the Solarium. And so she makes she started making her own pots. And with her live sale, there's actually a live sale there was in November there a while ago, and the live sales, they just go very quickly for some reason, you know. And I'm always like, I'm never able to purchase them because I put them in my basket, and then I, you know, in the middle of filling in the details, you know, ready to pay, and then the show is out of stock. And it was so sad because the November drop, it had this kind of like the cloud decorative, and it's like a vase, one, so I'm really sad that I wasn't able to get that one. But these ones, she actually sometimes she can custom my orders, you know, what you miss. And I'm very grateful that she was able to do these customized pots for me that I lost out in the second drop. But hopefully in the third drop, I will get contact with her and see if she can do the vase for me the way she did with these ones, because her collection are just amazing, and I never see any handmade, you know, pots in my country. So it's really nice that I was able to get these plants for her, you know, like you know, it's like how she was able to make these customized pots for me. So I'm forever grateful to have this kind of touch of her work in my home. And I just love the decorators. You can see there's like leaves, and then you have some flower, and then inside is ceramic, you know, and then outside is kind of like a matte feel. And then this one is just a plain one. And what got to me is the little feet that it has. It's just so cute. It has the little feet, and it does have her logo here. So this is her logo that she has stamped. So it's so pretty, you know what I mean? The little feet, and you know, it's nice and smooth inside, and then you have all these little decorative design outside. So it's really pretty. So I haven't decided what plant I want to put in here. So this one I just have like an air plant in here. It looks like it has kind of like a fuzzy hair. So yeah, so I have an air plant in this one, so I haven't decided what I want to put in here. I will kind of like put like a nursery pot, because I don't want to, you know, plant directly, because I don't want to destroy these pots, because they're very sentimental. So yeah, so I have these in my home, and it's nice to have a bit of, you know, a piece of her work in my home. So hopefully she'll be able to make the vase one that I missed out if she does customized pots again. So yeah, so that's all the plants I have in my home, in my sitting room. And I also I usually just keep plants in my sitting room and in the kitchen, and I would keep some plants in my bathroom, but my bathroom doesn't have windows, which is a pain. Just has the fan, which is very annoying. If I had windows there, I would have plants in my bathroom as well. And also don't like keeping plants in the bedroom as well, because I just don't want to be breathing, you know, like plants when I'm sleeping, also like fungus gnats in my face while I'm sleeping. So I don't have plants there. It's just, so this is where I have my collection of plants, where I just sit here and enjoy. I don't know if I shall take you outside because it's a bit cold, but I will show you a glimpse, since this is like a full home tour. So I'll just show you very quickly what I have on my balcony. So you can see the weather is very gloomy. And so these are some bonsai plants that my husband has. So these ones are like outdoor bonsai plants, and I really like this one. It looks like a tree, forest tree, and has grown. And you can see all these plants growing on the moss. It looks like little flowers that's growing on the moss. And then this one is just a nice big one as well. I don't know the names of these plants. So this one is a type of an evergreen as well. So it looks like two trees which they planted them together. And then this one is kind of like a pine type of bonsai, and I like the way it kind of drips, you know, drips down like a tree. And I have it in this kind of a nice vase pot, and it does really go well together. And I have some moss in here as well, and it's just really beautiful. I like the way it's just kind of trails down. And then I have some succulent plants here. So this is like the one I have inside, like the rosette that I was telling you about. And then this is just a normal type of jade plant that people have in their collection, which is more common. And when I purchased this, it was like very sunstressed, all purple, but now it's kind of turning green because we're in the winter now. So I have these in the terracotta pots. And then this one here is the golem one, golem type of jade, which is like the little, look like Shrek's ears as well. So the one I had before has like more like a sunstressed yellow type. Hopefully in the future I will come across that one. That one unfortunately died from overwatering, but I like the way these one like a tree trunk. So I actually got this in IKEA and it was very small, and it's grown really bushy over the summertime. I just like the tree look, so if I can get the tree type of jade, I would, you know what I mean. I just prefer these ones where you can actually see the branching. And then this one's just another pine which my husband hasn't potted yet. And then this one is kind of like a forest, but it's in dormancy now because of the winter. So in the summer season the leaves are more green, and I really like it because it's like a forest, you know, like kind of feel to it. And then I have some evergreens here, which I like to keep plants that stay, you know, the whole year. I'm not one of those people where I like to change my plants depending on the season. So these are evergreens, so they last forever. And then I just have some succulent here. This so these are supposed to be the winter succulents, but unfortunately some of them just died. And then this one I was just kind of experimenting with the moss to see if there's any to grow, like little flowers like the way that one is over there. So I have these crates I bought in IKEA, which they fit nicely here on the ledge. So in the summertime I will purchase more plants here. And then this one is just unusual. I think this is kind of like a, I think what you call this, kind of like a donkey's tail type of evergreen. And I just like the way it's just kind of, you know, in the wind, you know, like it's like a piece of hair, you know. It's just kind of interesting. Yeah, and then this stand we got in IKEA as well, just to have some plants here on this wall. And then we kind of like repainted this wall in the summertime, and also we kind of like renovated this flooring, because when we moved it here, you know, it was kind of like it wasn't stable and it was in a slope. So we actually got this done, but all the paintwork is kind of coming off, so I have to repaint that in the summer. So, and this set is also from IKEA as well, which we sit here in the summertime, have a barbecue. And this is just a big maple tree here. It's dormancy as well, so they lose their leaves in the winter. So you can see kind of this new growth here, kind of like has kind of a reddish color to it. So it's kind of dormant. So in the summertime we'll grow the plants again. And I'm gonna go back in because it's freezing cold. You probably can hear my voice is shaky because it's just freezing. So yeah, so that's all the plants I have in my home. So the lighting isn't great because we're into December now, but hopefully this video turned out well and you were able to see all the plants that I have in my home. And yeah, so that's everything, and I apologize again for the long-awaited video, and hopefully next year 2024 I will do better. And I'm glad for those who have stayed, and those no longer with us, hopefully you will come back. And so hopefully you enjoyed this video. As you can see, the lighting is starting to get dark and dreary, so we're really into the winter season. So I'm gonna sign off now because you probably can hear my throat now. I really need to drink because it's very dry. I haven't talked like this so long in a long time. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a good Christmas and New Year, and I will see you guys in 2024. Fingers crossed, and I appreciate for those who have waited patiently for a video, and I will try to do better in 2024. So have a good Christmas and New Year, and I will see you again soon. Thank you for watching this video, and yeah, take care and goodbye.